Jags Nation, this is the Action Sports Jags postgame show.
Every time you think it can't get any worse, it does. The Jacksonville Jaguars lose at home again, this time to the Minnesota Vikings, who didn't score a touchdown today and still beat the Jacksonville Jaguars by a final score of 12-7. Hi, everybody. Dan Hicken inside the bank on the field where they just played football. Well, at least one team did today. We're going to break it all down. We got an hour here. We're going to talk a lot. We're going to hear from Doug Peterson. Whew, boy, can that seat get any hotter? We're going to hear from Mac Jones, who had a great opportunity today, and I don't know that it's his fault. I don't know what is going on with this offense. The defense can't get off. I've never seen a defense hold a team to 12 points and play not that good. You know what I mean? I mean, just play after play after play after third down conversion after third down conversion after. But listen, they still kept them down. They got the interceptions. Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts again. You had a chance here, and you just did not take advantage. And you can't play any worse on the offensive side of the ball. I think they ran 7 plays in the third quarter. At one point in the second half, in the fourth quarter, they had 119 yards of offense. 119. They were getting doubled on amount of plays. The time of possession, Stuart, what's the time of possession? It is staggering to the Viking side. Yeah. 42-19 to 17-41. 42 minutes for the Vikings. 17 minutes for the Jaguars on offense. Think about that for a second. This is the NFL, man. And still they had chance after chance after chance to pull this game out, and just an ineptitude on offense. All right, let's start with one thing. I'm going to beg you people to please now, can we stop the Trevor Lawrence junk? All right, have we seen enough? Trevor, point proven today. Come back. We get it. And we know you're hurt. And maybe you can't play next week, but after the bye, stop with the, this guy's better, this guy's better, this guy. Come on, man. Come on. Without Trevor Lawrence, this is what we got. All right? Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison for you, and you'll see that McCorkle Jones did not have a good day at the office. 3 turnovers total, by the way. And again, boy, we had opportunities. Just some bad interceptions, a lost fumble that was not good on an exchange between him and the center. Tough day at the office for the Jags. Tough day. Sam Darnold was not much better. Sam Darnold threw 3 interceptions, really 4, got 1 called back because of penalty. Otherwise, he would have had 4 picks on the day. So, but man, this team is in disarray. I mean disarray. It starts at the top. The owner's got to make some tough decisions. Doug Peterson is on the hot seat. Trent Baalke is on the hot seat. You got the team. You got Trevor Lawrence, so he's not going anywhere, although he may not play. We don't know what he's going to do the rest of this year. This thing is a train wreck. I mean a train wreck. I mean, like I said, this is year 30, man. We've been around with these Jacksonville Jaguars. They're 2-8. They got some good football players. Not great football players, but some good football players. You want to try this one on for size? Let's go to another observation. Brian Thomas Jr. How many times was he targeted today? How many times? He didn't catch a ball until late in the fourth quarter. Brian Thomas Jr. 2 for 12. I mean, what are we doing? Now, I know Mac Jones doesn't have the strongest arm, but my gosh, 3 targets. 3 targets. What are we doing? You look up and it's 7-3 at the half. I mean, the Jags offense is inept right now. I mean, inept. I mean, I don't understand what we're watching, man. It is just I don't know what else to tell you, man. Bigsby went down with an injury. ETN. You can go back and look in the second half. And I don't have this in front of me, but we had first down, say 6 or 7 times in the second half. And I'm not joking. Go look at what we did on first down. -1, -2, -8, -1, -8. Those are accurate numbers. Those are sacks. Those are lost. Those are runs that got nothing on the ground. They got dominated in the trenches. Dominated. And like I said, the Jags defense, Stuart, how many total yards did Minnesota finish with? Total yards. Because they only scored 12 points. And again, I applaud the Jags for keeping them out of the end zone. But they had 402 yards of offense, man. 402 yards. You got to get off the field on third down. We can't get off the field on third down over and over and over again. And conversely, we can't make a first down on offense. And that leads to 42. You can't win a football game when you have the ball for 17 minutes. This is a historical game. The Vikings did not score a touchdown and won the game 12-7 comfortably. And did you ever think that Minnesota was in danger? I didn't. I never thought they were in danger. And now, by the way, congratulations, Jacksonville. You're headed to Detroit. Have fun with that one. Next up, the Lions, 2-9. Texans at home, 2-10. I mean, this thing has slipped away. Look at the schedule for just a second and think about what has happened here. We're about to get swept by the NFC in these 4 critical games where we said going in, just split them. Kind of like we said at the beginning of the year, just split them. We went 0-4 there, and we're going to go 0-4 here. And next week is going to be ugly. And God bless the media boys who are in that locker room right now, and we're waiting on Doug Peterson. I don't know if he's going to come out. I don't know if I would if I was Doug Peterson. Something's going on there. Look, there's too much going on. There's too much stuff going on now for any of us to think this is all just we're just losing, but we got to figure this out, right? I mean, we got a kid, Trevor Lawrence, who played through. You're looking at the podium as we wait for Doug Peterson. You got a kid last year who played through 4 injuries. Trevor Lawrence, right? Played through 4 injuries. And then this year, last week, takes a shot in the second quarter on his left shoulder. And in all likelihood needs surgery on that. Now, it's his left shoulder. And then I don't know if Doug Peterson just isn't very smart or if he's not thinking or what he's doing. But to come out on Friday and say, well, it's just a question of playing through pain. What are you saying about your quarterback in that situation, man? It makes no sense. Wouldn't it be better to come out and say, look, Trev's hurting. He's got a bad shoulder. One of the reasons we got Mac Jones is for a situation like this. And this is going into the game, by the way, before Mac Jones played. Going into the game, we got Mac Jones for situations like this. We're confident in him. This will allow Trevor to heal up as best he can. And then we're going to have to make a decision on whether he needs surgery or not. How hard is it to be that transparent? What is the reason for not saying, I don't understand that? It makes no sense. You have a media group here in Jacksonville. That's a good bunch of dudes who do their job, but you force us to speculate because you won't be transparent. You force us to have to guess at what is exactly going on because you won't say what is going on. And so then you get this talk that happens when it just makes no sense to me. It's not that hard, man. It's not that hard. Go back to the play calling. I may call plays. I don't care. You'll never know. Okay, fine. This is what you got, man. This is what you got. You got a 2-8 football team. And by the way, I haven't even started yet on the front office because they're next, all right? Because I'll blame Doug Peterson for a lot, and he should be on the hottest of hot seats, and I don't know if he's going to make it through after Detroit when they fall to 2-9. I don't know. I know what the fans want. I mean, I walk down here and I'm getting screamed at like I'm playing for the team. It's not me. I'm just telling you what you all think. So look at what's left. You have Detroit, then you have Houston at home, but home doesn't matter. We'll lose both of those games, and we'll be 2-10. And then we have a 5-game stretch where, you might be able to win 1, maybe 2. Maybe 4. It's like a 4-13 team. This team's going to have a top 5 draft pick. That's unfathomable. Somebody must be held responsible, Shad Khan. You can't go on like this, man. We got a big, beautiful new stadium coming, man. We got a quarterback who's young that we should be building around, and we've missed. We've missed terribly. Okay? And, how about Cam Robinson getting 3 penalties today, including a big late hit on the sideline right there? But that might have been a smart play by him because he knew it would be offsetting, and he took his shot. Although, not cool, Cam. But you know what? You trade me, this is what you get. And by the way, until Trayvon got that sack, the pass rush today was non-existent. And Cam Robinson won the day over our guys. And that shouldn't happen. Very early on, first drive, Josh Hines-Allen put Cam on his backside. Great rush. Sam Darnold escaped. But other than that, and again, I'm not an expert when it comes to the X's and O's in the trenches, but I didn't call Josh Hines-Allen's name. We didn't call Trayvon until 3rd and 1, and the Vikings stupidly decided to not run the ball but pass it and got sacked. So I hesitate to do this, Stuart, but let's show the AFC South standings. It's a sad time for all of us. Again, this football team should be 8-2, not 2-8. But they're not. I mean, they're not. They're just no good. They're no good. They're a bad football team, and this is what we're saddled with. And it's not going to get any better. There's nobody out there to save the day, and it doesn't feel like we're circling the wagons. And they play hard. They played hard. They hit today. They hit the Vikings, man. I thought they played hard defensively. They're just not very good. And quite frankly, I don't think the defensive coordinator is very good. I don't think he's been able to dial up, design, force any kind of pressures. I thought the secondary played pretty well today. They made an effort to limit Justin Jefferson. I think he had 5 catches for about 50 yards, quite honestly. So I thought they play hard. I just don't think they're very good. I don't think they're very good. That's the front office. You want to start on those guys too as we go through this? Do you want to start on the front? Because look, we'll be back here next week, and we know what's going to happen in Detroit. They're going to toy with the Jaguars. That's like the very best against the very worst. That's like in the NFL, that's going to be like a 9.5, 10-point spread, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be not even, I don't even want to think about that game, but that's what they're facing. Yeah, they're going to Detroit. So, what is a coach now? Is he engaged? I mean, I hope and pray that Shad Khan is in there meeting with Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson right now and saying, what is going on? What is happening? What is this I'm watching? I'm not an expert in football, but you told me this was the best team we ever had, and we're 2-8. So who's accountable? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it the players? Who is it? And I mean, we got to get some opinions in here. We got to get some answers, and somebody's got to pay for this. This is just unacceptable, man. This is like I said, I've been going to Jags games for 30 years, guys. 30 years. I've never seen anything quite like it. So weird. This is a game for the record books. 42 minutes and 12 points to 17 minutes. 1 touchdown drive. We actually scored a touchdown today, and then it went south, man. It went south, and it went south fast. So, I don't know. We're waiting on, what do we got, Stuart? What time do we start this baby? Let's do this. Stuart, can we take a break real quick? Recollect and come back and see if we'll get Doug Peterson? How does that sound? You with me? All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We got more coming up. It's a post-game show waiting on Doug Peterson and his comments. Stay with us.
Get local sports on demand with Action Sports Jax 24/7. All sports, all local, all the time. From the locker room to the field, the Jags, high school football, the Jacksonville Armada, and don't forget the Brent and Austin Show.
They're all in on Trevor.
Of course. Download the Action News Jax Now app, available wherever you stream or at actionnewsjax.com. TV, phone, laptop, desktop. Action Sports Jax 24/7. Jacksonville sports, all the time.
When I say it means something to me, gentlemen, it means something to me.
High school football is back, and it's bigger than ever. Welcome to the Friday Night Zone Blitz.
It is bigger than a game.
Watch the biggest games each week live as the action unfolds with instant reaction and analysis from our Hall of Famer, Kevin Sullivan. It starts with live look-ins at the top matchups, including our Jaguars Prep Whataburger Game of the Week, and that is just the beginning of 4 straight hours of coverage. From 8 to 10:30, the Friday Night Zone Blitz is streaming on our Action News Jax app and online. At 10:30, the Friday Night Blitz you know and love. A half hour of highlights from around the area. 11 o'clock, we shine the spotlight on the bands that pump up the crowd. 11:15, it's time to blitz through the highlights online and on air. Then 11:35, back to the stream to break down the night's results with a reaction from local coaches. 4 straight hours of high school football on the Friday Night Zone Blitz. Only
I thought defense obviously did an outstanding job, with the type of firepower they have on offense. I know there was, yards and time of possession and all that. I got it. But, to hold that team to 4 field goals, it gives you a chance. Obviously, we had the drive in the first quarter there, touchdown drive. And then after that, it just we couldn't stay on the field. I mean, credit Minnesota, on what they did defensively. Coach Flores, I mean, they did their stuff, we didn't overcome a few things. Had a couple setbacks on first down. Hadn't too many second longs. But this game is not about one person or one man. It's a team sport, and we just didn't do enough today.
What kind of feedback, if any, did Matt give you about the 2 interceptions? It looked like he stared down Gabe on one, and then on the long pass, it looked like he also got hit on the release. So I don't know what that did to change the trajectory of the ball.
Yeah, I gotta honestly we gotta watch the tape tomorrow, watch it with them, the players, get feedback, and because I didn't necessarily speak to him after, the 2 change of possessions like that. We were right back on defense, so I didn't get a chance to talk to him at that time.
Any feedback afterwards in the locker room from him?
I mean, he's hurting. He's taking it hard. I just told him it's not about one guy. This is a team deal, and offensively, we didn't do enough around Mac. And I'm not. Listen, it takes 11 guys, and yeah.
Coach, why'd you have such a difficult time today getting the ball to your wide receivers? I think there were only 3 targets to them in the first 3 quarters.
Minnesota did a nice job. They showed, if you watch the game, they showed a lot of 6 up, 7 up, which they do. Play a lot of, cover 2, spin out to cover 2, a lot of cloud stuff, and then of course the pass rush. So it puts. It's a challenge. I mean, it's a challenge, and we obviously have to do a better job when we see that kind of stuff, and execute. As coaches, we can prepare a little better there and help our guys out. But I credit what they did.
Doug, just from a big picture standpoint, what's your level of disappointment and maybe even shock just being 2-8 through 10 games?
Yeah, we never expected to be here. Obviously, we had 5 or 6 games now that are 1-score games. This is it's hard. It's hard. We're as a team, as coaches, we're making it hard. We're making it too hard, and the guys are frustrated, and they should be, and they're angry, and they should be, because we all are, and but we have to channel it in a positive way, and get ready for another one.
Doug, I know you mentioned that last week they were clouding Brian Thomas a little bit, taking him away. Do you see more of that kind of stuff today, or is it just Minnesota's defense, and is there anything you can do to get it to him and get him into the game, because it's been so minimal touching the ball the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, they played more. I mean, this is a cover 2 defense. And they did a lot of that today, and then again, it's their pass rush did a nice job, got some pressure on Mac, made him scramble early, and then so it's a combination of both, right? It's what they did schematically to us, and then just our execution offensively.
What was the play? What was supposed to happen on the final Mac interception if he didn't get hit and throw the pick?
Yeah, I'm not going to go through the details of the play because you guys wouldn't figure it out. But we'll look at the tape tomorrow and we'll make those corrections.
Doug, you guys have worked so hard on trying to get things going early. Second drive, 9 plays, 70 yards, 4 passes, 5 runs. That ended up being half your offense. Are you shocked that you got it done the way you did, but then you couldn't continue it throughout the remaining 3 quarters?
Shocked that we were able to score?
Just move the ball with the type of success you did during that 9-play drive.
I wasn't shocked early in the game. I mean, that's what we expected to do. I think as the game progressed, it just got seemingly worse, right? First down, run the ball, we got behind the chains. Second long, it got harder offensively, and that was the frustrating part. I think just not staying positive on first down, because you go back to that drive, that's what we did. We were able to stay on the field and stay positive on first down.
One more. Anybody else? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, that's Doug Peterson. You just heard it. Quick and ridiculous, as usual. I sit there and, you had to drop as usual if you watch the game. Well, yeah, we watched the game. We watched you guys score 7 points, Doug. So, I mean, what? You can't figure out how to get the ball? I mean, it's your job as an offensive genius to offset Brian Flores and the Minnesota Vikings 6-man fronts and find the ball to the receivers like Brian Thomas Jr. It makes no sense, some of the things that he says in these post games. Maybe he's just not good at it through all these years. I don't know. Maybe the year that he was winning, he pushed all the right buttons. I don't know. It just seems like, my gosh. I mean, it's just a combination of what Minnesota was able to do and the fact that we didn't execute. I mean, now, there's a part of me that's like, okay, what are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to say? But, I mean, I got to have more than that, Doug. I mean, we're 2-8. Oh, am I shocked that we scored a touchdown? That's not what he asked. Smug Doug. We get Smug Doug in the press conferences, man. Drives me crazy. Next up, Foye Oluokun. Tell it like it is, Foye.
I feel like we lost a battle, good fight. You want to come out on top. So how do I feel? Pretty upset. Got to find a way to win these close games. Same message all the way through the games. Like even when it gets close, low-scoring games, there's little plays that you got to win that we didn't win in order to help our team win. So we got to find that all the way through the game.
How was practice leading up to this game?
Practice, always good energy. That's why I give a lot of credit to this team. Always get back in that on the drawing board, get back to the practice field. We practice very hard, practice with good energy, practice with positivity. Just all the stuff that we practice, have that confidence to have it come into fruition. Keep our heads up, keep our foot on the pedal, and let's get better.
Obviously, no small victories, but another thing you guys have been preaching about is turnovers. How was it for the defense to get their hands on the balls?
Yeah, they come in bunches for sure. Definitely felt good to get in the turnover column, but we had to get another one. Like we didn't win that game, so. Go back, see where we could have got done even better out there, and I'm happy we got turnovers for sure. So keep doing that, but let's find out where we could have got even another one.
You guys did the 3 turnovers, but no touchdowns allowed today for the defense. How does that feel when you don't allow a score but aren't able to pull out a victory? Yeah,
there's a lot of long drives they had, extended drives, kept them on the field, and we got to do a better job getting off on third downs. I think you give the ball back to your offense in better field position, you're going to help them out. And so that's our job, and we got to see how we do our job better. No moral victories. I mean, they didn't score a touchdown, but we didn't do exactly what we needed to do to win the game.
I got an idea for you. Instead of taking the week, instead of getting back to the drawing board and getting back to the practice field and getting back to work, let's just take the week off. See if that changes things up. You know what, fellas? I'll see you Friday. I'll see you Saturday when we get on the plane and go to Detroit. We're just going to run some of the same stuff we ran this week and try that against the Lions. See if that works. You guys go to Cabo. Go to Cabo for the week. Relax. get well rested, and we'll crank it up again next weekend when we play the Lions. Why don't we try that? Because nothing else is working. There's no point in getting back to the drawing board. There's nothing to draw. And the things that they draw are all wrong. They keep drawing the wrong things, right? Whatever they do, it's wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Again, I want to give the defense credit because they played hard and they tried and they didn't let them score a touchdown. You know, they let the Vikings score. They got 3 interceptions, man. It was terrific. But my God, 42 minutes. 42 minutes of a football game. 42 minutes plus, there's only 17 left to play with. Holy smokes. And if you take out that one drive from the Jags, which was fairly lengthy, they probably had the ball for about 12 minutes the rest of the game. 11 minutes. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Mac Jones, let's hear from him.
Just talk about your level of disappointment. First start in your hometown.
Yeah.
Had a chance to go get a win, and for lots of different reasons it didn't happen.
Yeah, I think the defense played great, and the offense, we got to do better, and it starts with me. And those guys fought, though, and I really appreciate the team for having my back. Just got to learn from it. No excuses, and I definitely wanted a different result, but I'm going to keep fighting.
Could you take us through the first interception? It looked like you were staring down Gabe a little bit.
Yeah.
You may not have seen the defender in front of him. And on the second one, you did get hit a little bit on the release, so I didn't know how much that affected the ball.
No excuses. Just go through my reads and live to fight another down, especially in those situations on first down. So nothing that anybody else did. It's just on me. So the defense got us the ball back, and as a quarterback, you got to just put the ball in play and let the guys make plays. So it's on me.
On the second one, did the hit affect the ball at all, or were you expecting Gabe to stay on the path he was because the ball went a little bit to the right?
I'm not really sure. I have to watch it. I definitely need to step up, and I'm not really sure what happened once I let go of the ball, but I have to watch it.
Mac, you gained some momentum early. Second drive, 9 plays, you're up 7-0. I would think from a confidence level, you're feeling pretty good. Did Minnesota make adjustments defensively? If not, what led to the struggles?
Yeah, it's one of the top 5 defense in the NFL, so they're going to challenge the quarterback, and we actually did a good job on the hard stuff, and then the easy stuff just wasn't good enough by me. So Coach Flores, their defensive coordinator, had those guys ready, and we just got to play better, and it starts with me. And just going back to our defense, I already told them they played a great game, and I got to put a better product out there to help us win.
Mac, how deflating was it you mentioned the defense's performance for the offense, I think average around 3 yards per play off of turnovers? Yeah,
I mean, like I said, they played a very good football game, and a game that gave us plenty of chances to win. And as a quarterback, I got to get us in the end zone or get some field goals on the board. And we were in it at the end, but that's the NFL, and you never know how the games are going to go, so just got to finish better.
Mike Brodsky, Florida National News. Mac, were there any friends or family members that were here to support you in this start here in Jacksonville, in your hometown? Yeah,
I had a few family and friends, and I grew up down the road and played my first game, tackle football 19 miles from here, so definitely disappointed with my opening start, but I know I can be better, and I usually bounce back pretty good from failure, so I'm going to see what I can do.
Mac, how did you feel like you were rusty at all? You haven't played football in a while, and to this degree, right?
Yeah, I mean, I get the scout team reps, and I felt prepared. Everyone was on the same page for the most part during the week, and it's been a year, so no excuses. Been playing my whole life and played a lot of football in this league, and I know what I got to do to win, and today what I put on the field wasn't good enough, so just got to keep working and do everything I can to stay motivated and confident and lead the team as best I can, with Trevor being out.
You guys had only 31 yards in the first half last week. I think 143 today. I mean, does it feel like everything you're trying right now just doesn't work as an offense? I know you weren't out there last week, but you got a front row seat.
I think every game's different. I think this week's I was focused on their defense and the challenges they present, and I don't think many quarterbacks have played well against that defense, and I got to play better and have a better plan and learn from it and take the completions. But each week is different. You can't really look at one week versus another, especially when you're not out there.
Matt, could you take us through the fumble? Did you pull back a little too early, or what actually happened on that fumble?
Yeah, that's on me. Look, me and Mitch, we don't get that many reps together, but we get them after practice a lot, so there's no excuse for that. It's a simple, it's a day one play that you learn, and it's on me as the quarterback.
So did you just pull back a little too quickly? Or?
I'd have to look at it.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, that's Mac Jones, and finishing up his interview. You got a feel for the kid. I mean, a lot on the line today. He was starting at home, in his hometown. There's not many quarterbacks who've gotten a chance to start in their hometown in the NFL. We were kicking it around a little bit in the press box, trying to think of some guys. I think Bernie Kosar grew up in a nearby town of not Cleveland, but close to it. I think it was Boardman, Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. I think Steve Berline was from Anaheim, played for the Raiders for a year, so maybe there. But not many guys have had that opportunity. We'd have to, do some more research. But Mac Jones got the opportunity today, and it's a tough day for him. Now, I will say this. I didn't know that the Vikings were the 85 Chicago Bears, but I guess they're pretty good on the defensive side of the ball. Sheesh. They're having a good year. So, anyway, let's hear from Mitch Morse, the center. We just heard from Mac Jones, the quarterback. He touches the ball in every play as well.
I thought the defense played incredible football, and on offense, we didn't do him any favors. So put that on us, put that on me, and now is when hopefully we stay together as a team. That's all we can do.
How's practice with Mac as a starting quarterback?
I thought it was fluid. He brings an energy about him, and we worked hard this week.
All right, that's Mitch Morse, the center of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Brent Martineau has been in the locker room joining me now. What's the feeling in the locker room? What did you sense in there? This is a team that is in total disarray, in my opinion. They're 2-8. They're not playing good football at all. What did you sense in there? Is there like Foye saying we got to go back to work? I suggest they take a week's vacation and go to Cabo. I don't know what else to tell you.
By the way, I will say I wasn't in the locker room a lot today.
Okay.
I bailed. I've had enough. Okay? So I sent Liv there.
Okay, even better.
And I went to Doug and just Mac Jones.
Yes.
I did stop by the locker room, and I think Doug said it too. They're an angry bunch.
Yeah.
I thought Anton Harrison was interesting a couple moments ago because I asked him, is the offense broken, Dan? I mean, when you have 31 yards in the first half last week against Philadelphia and you can't do anything, you can't cross midfield. And then in this game, you do have one touchdown drive, and I don't want to just eliminate that, but after that it was nothing.
42-17 time of possession. It's unfathomable.
143 yards of total offense. That's the fifth lowest ever. And last week's 31 yards. Yeah, and 31 yards was the lowest since the 95 expansion team.
Ooh.
So we're talking historically bad for a guy in Doug Peterson who's an offensive guy. This is year 3. Like, Trevor's one thing. This is year 3. This is all on Doug now, and he's feeling it. You can tell by his words and everything else.
Doug again, and if you watch the game line again, and that's frustrating. And listen, man, I don't know. I know they're good. I didn't know they were the 85 Bears.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of props to that defense. They are a top 5 defense.
They're good defense, but they do a lot of. You knew they do a lot of 6-man fronts. I mean, everything you knew. It's your job to figure out how to beat that, right? I mean, I'm not saying score 30, but you had an opportunity to steal a game today because the defense really bent, but they didn't break.
Yeah, they did.
They really bent, but they didn't break.
Well, listen, you're talking about a defense right now that has had bad moments a lot this year.
Yes.
They've had some bad moments in this game, not as many, but they're still battling and playing really hard. Like, there's an energy about them. They feel confident when they place. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They did a good job against Justin Jefferson. This offense isn't playing confident. No. They don't know what to do. I thought earlier this year, Dan, Ryan Nielsen started to grasp at straws a little bit and be like, I'm going to go outside the box of what I want to do because I don't know what to make this work. I feel like Doug and Press Taylor are there.
Right.
I think they don't know what to do. They played Dearness Johnson like a dozen plays, it felt like, at the end of the game last week.
Yeah.
He played like 3 today.
Yeah.
I mean, is that the hamstring? Are they trying to get Tank Bigsby in there? Well, we know he's not good in pass protection. Mm-hmm. They do too. Does he have to be in there? So just moves like that. Brian Thomas Jr., why isn't he involved more? Brenton Strange was involved early and then disappeared again.
Yeah.
Though every receiver disappeared, quite frankly, today. So it's just
how many receivers caught footballs today? 2 or 3?
Gabe Davis, I think that was it.
And
right?
Brian had 2 catches for 12 yards, and then Gabe
Brian
had 1. I think he had 3 receptions
Yeah,
total.
that was it, 3
amongst the receivers. All right, we got Tyson Campbell. Is that what you told me, Stuart? So here is the Jaguars corner with his post-game comments.
Zeros came on the board, man. So proud of this, proud of the defense, man. Proud of those guys, man. Still got belief in this team. So I run through a wall for them. So.
On the defensive side, was there anything different about practice this week leading to this game?
Nah, just put on your hard hats and come to work each week. Learn from your mistakes from the prior week, and just try to get better each and every day.
3 interceptions from the defense, no touchdowns allowed. Is there anything else you guys could have done better?
We had some penalties. They had a crazy penalty on me, but it's all good. But we just, there's always room for improvement. We just go in the film room, learn from it, and try to improve it next week.
Are there any answers on how to turn this thing around?
Really just keep swinging, man, and just finishing and finding ways to win at the end of the game. Keep being in situations where we can win the fourth quarter. And I feel like once we get over that hump, we'll be fine.
That's one of the things we talked about kind of coming in the week is to limit explosive plays. Obviously, there are no moral victories, but we can be proud of what you guys are on the back end because of that.
Yeah, there's always, something to be proud of taking away from the game and always something to learn from. All in all, proud of the way these guys fought. I wouldn't want to fight with any other group. So, we just keep working, man, and we got Detroit next week.
What did you think about Mac's first start and how he performed?
Mac had to me, he played with a lot of energy, played with a lot of confidence, played like he's a starting quarterback in this league. So, we put almost, trust and belief in him, and we know, he can lead us to victory.
What do you think about Buster's interception?
Oh, man, hell of a play, man. Proud of him. Someone who comes to work every day and always makes plays when his number's called. So proud of him.
No individual awards, but you feel like you're kind of getting into your groove, had a pretty good game out there for yourself?
Yeah, man. I'm always trying to play as hard as I can, man. This is a blessing to be out on that field, so I take it with the utmost, honor, and just try to steward this blessing the best way I can.
At the end of the game, was that you on the ground holding your knee?
Yeah, under that pile, a lot of people stepping on you, so I was just getting stepped on, so I'm good, though.
Oh, okay, so it's not like you were injured?
No, I'm good.
All right, that's Tyson Campbell, the Jaguars cornerback. Played a nice game today, did a good job. Again, the Jags secondary had 3 interceptions. They just couldn't simply get off the field, though. They could not get off the field. I've never seen a team keep another team out of the end zone and that you would come out normally and say, my gosh, what a performance by the defense. And it was good, but it wasn't.
Nah, it's never going to be great. Yeah. I mean, right, their defense just isn't good enough.
Yeah.
But it was an admirable job. Admirable job. And you got turnovers. They were up 3 in the turnover department at one time in this game.
Till the end.
And the other thing is this about your time of possession, which is crazy. It's the biggest differential by any team in the league this year in terms of time of possession. The Jags led. Usually when you have a mark like that, it's because you trail. I mean, you're the other team's winning, right? And controlling the game. Right. The Jags led most of the game until the fourth quarter, and they still had that time of possession. But again, this is strictly on the offense, Dan. And now here's the deal. We move forward. Detroit is Detroit.
2-9.
And then it's the bye week. And now the heat goes up. And it's really not even the heat. I think the heat's already on. I think it's the eyes perk up, is the ears perk up. Is this the time to make the move for Shad Khan after the loss to Detroit, if that's going to be another loss? Is the bye week the time to do it? Does it do anything?
I heard it walking out here. I mean, the fans have had enough. They're furious.
Listen, Doug looks like he's had enough.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. I mean, I'm not telling. Listen, they're battling. I give them a lot of credit for that. The team and the coaching staff, they're battling.
Yeah.
But they're not fixing.
No.
They're not fixing it. I mean, they lost 13 out of 16 games.
Yeah.
They're 3-13, Dan.
That's a season. That's a full season.
3-13 with a team that was really good on paper.
One of the things I said earlier in the program, and hopefully we can get past this part at the very least, and that is Trevor's the problem.
Nah, I mean,
I hope people have finally figured
hopefully
that out.
people don't pay attention to that stuff anyway.
Well,
but
there'll still be people who tell me on Twitter and such. I had to go after one guy today And that's fine, but it's just it's ridiculous at this point.
Listen, Trevor's not perfect. Trevor has flaws, but
Yeah.
he's not the problem.
No.
I mean, their problem has been getting in a rhythm, first downs, third downs, whether it's a scheme, whether it's play calling. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that. Execution, dropping balls, right? Guys making plays. The bottom line is they're 1-6 stand in one-score games. They don't know how to win. This is 2022 all over again.
Right.
The problem with 2022 all over again, it's not year one coming off Urban Meyer.
No.
It's year three with
Right.
this regime. I'm never a coaches. Doug would probably listen to me say this and be like, man, you must be all over coaches all the time. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not. But this is squarely on Doug and his staff right now.
Yeah.
And why they haven't, and Trent Baalke. By the way, Trent Baalke, big part of this.
100%.
And why they can't figure this out. Why can't they win games? This is the Jacksonville Jaguars of 2022. They turned it around with miracle wins in that second half.
Right.
And since then, and since that 8-3 start, they just don't know how to win football.
Yeah, they're not
games.
turning it around now. Anton Harrison met with the media in the post in the locker room after the game. Let's hear from him right now.
We the guys who lost the game, so we just got to try to fix it. We got to stay together, no drop-offs, no breakups, and just keep rolling.
Anton, coach, just sitting there, the guys are frustrated, guys are angry, and you should be. So how do you keep that from becoming a problem, that anger bleeding over into finger pointing or anything like that?
For me, I feel like with this group, with this team, won't be any of that because we all know we all so tight, and we know the common goal. We don't want to be here. We don't want to be a record, but it is what it is. We dig that hole, so we got to dig ourselves out, and we got to do it together. If we don't do it together, it's going to keep stacking. So we just got to come together, stack, and get better, grind, go on to next week.
Anton, does it feel like the offense was broken a little bit? 31 yards last week in the first half. 143 total for the game. Does it feel like just anything you guys are trying right now doesn't work?
It could at times, but that's up to us. We playing, we're out there. We got to make plays. Players got to make plays. So we just got to go out there, try to execute. It sucks. We go out there 3 and out. We're not helping the defense, things like that. So we got to try to just flip that around. We got to help the defense. All three groups is one, and we get W's.
All right, so it's basically an epic disaster here in Jacksonville. The house is burning down from the inside out, and well, it's up to Shad Khan now to figure out what he's going to do. Shad Khan, he's got the yacht here, by the way. I saw that. So
Usually that means important meetings and sometimes not so good things.
We're looking at some of the scores from the rest of the league before we get back to more post-game. The Buffalo Bills beat the Indianapolis Colts, so Buffalo.
Yeah, they ran away with that one in the end.
He might have wanted to rethink that thing and stay up in Buffalo. 30-20, so is Gabe Davis. They're better without him. What was our second game, Stuart? I'm sorry, I forgot. You told me. Patriots beat the Bears 19-3. The heat is going to be on Eberflus because he's not developing Caleb Williams, and they're getting all over him about that. So that's another thing that's another thing going on in the land of Chicago.
Well, not only that, man, but the New England Patriots suck.
Yeah,
and they have 3 wins.
Sorry, Junebug. Yeah,
they have 3 wins. They have more wins than this football team.
Oh boy,
like they are finding ways to win football games.
Higher draft pick.
Come on, seriously. You've got to win in this league. You can't just keep losing these games. Oh, I'll give you one other stat. They're 4-8 here in the 904.
Yeah.
In their last 12, in the last 2 seasons.
That's disgraceful.
Come on, win football games here at home.
Yeah.
Find a way to get it done. Your job is to win.
You shouldn't be 4-8, and you shouldn't even be 8-4. You should be better than that. You know, you should be 10-2. You shouldn't lose at home. You got to have a home field advantage.
By the way, we know if it was reversed, this place wouldn't be all purple.
Yeah.
This place would be rocking.
Yeah.
By the way, Minnesota fans, holy cow, they were impressive. I didn't think they'd show up like that.
Yeah. You've seen the rest of the scores up there for you that we posted most of them. Who won the Washington-Pittsburgh game? I'm just curious.
Pittsburgh was up 28-27 with a minute to go and had the ball.
Pittsburgh won.
Yeah.
All right, that's good news for the Fedora. Other than that, I got a bad day. I've had a bad day. And what's happened here, before we get to Buster Brown, what's happened here is we start Fridays with joy and optimism around these parts, okay? And we're excited, and football season's here, and okay, here we go, and then we watch the Gators or the Knowles, and we take some punches. And then we come back on Sunday, and we get absolutely knocked out with the Jaguars, and then Monday morning it's hello darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, here's the thing.
That's what I'm dealing with.
Me, Dan, even if you take this game away, I'd ask you this. Mm-hmm. Every time we do a Jags game, right? We're going to do a half-hour show tonight. We say storylines. We go in that locker room. We do storylines. We think about different ways to do it. What's the storyline?
It's the same stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't move the ball on offense. You can't score. You can't win a close game. Like, really, that is over. Like, there's a different way to tell the story. 42 minutes to 17, 3 turnovers from the defense. There's some nice plays here or there. You got Mac Jones playing instead of Trevor. But it's the same story.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I think, a big indictment that nothing is changing, or at least good enough changes or fast enough changes in Jacksonville.
All right, Monteric, Buster Brown, he had one of the 3 picks today. Let's hear from him right now.
What you see on the play? The play, double dig, we practiced that a lot this week, inside routes. So trusting my safety, and then when he tried to throw the ball, I closed in and just made a play.
You guys have been telling us for weeks that when the takeaways come, they're going to come in bunches. They certainly did today. Was there anything different pregame feeling that you guys just had a feeling today would be the day?
Just trusting in the game plan. We had a good game plan this week, and we just trusted in it, and we just took one play at a time.
What was the biggest key in forcing Darnold into those uncomfortable situations?
Have him throw the ball where he didn't want to throw the ball, taking away his receiver, 18, containing him and eliminating the explosive plays.
You got the ball? You have the
Oh, yeah, I got it. I just checked. I threw the ball away, which I didn't know I did, but I got it.
What's the plan for it?
Oh, put it in the crib, put it in the little glass case. Yeah.
You just talked about the explosive plays coming in here, limiting those. How do you guys kind of take away from what you did today to carry that over, because you got another test next week?
We just got to watch the film and prepare good. Take a good week of preparation and see what they like to do and take away that.
It's only yourselves, obviously. You never lack confidence, but to finally be able to get your hands on the ball has got to feel good for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely feels good. It took a while. I dropped some in the past couple of years, so it feels good to get that one. I just want to keep it going.
Doug said guys are frustrated, probably should be in this locker room. How would you evaluate the frustration level?
We just got to keep working. The game didn't go as we planned. We just got to keep our head down and just keep working. That's all we can do.
Obviously, complimentary football leads to wins, but at the defense, you got to hang your hat on that you limited that offense to 12 points today, right?
Yeah, defense did a good job. It's a team sport, though, so we got to do good on offense and defense and special teams. So we just trying to keep it consistent and keep it going on defense, and as a team, we just got to keep it going.
I guess in fairness to the players, what are they supposed to say? Keep our head down, keep working. That's all we can do. And that is all they can do.
Listen, you guys, everybody would be killing them
Yeah.
if they rolled over and had no energy and came out and didn't play well.
Right.
The reason why they continue to come out and play well is because they say stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what they've got to do. That's a different world. It's a different world than ours. I never have a problem with it. I know everybody else gets tired of it.
Yeah.
What are they supposed to say? We
Right.
suck. It's broken. Can
Yes.
you please fire everybody?
Yes.
Like, what are they supposed
Yes.
to say?
Yes.
They're not going to say that. So
No.
they've got to keep battling. I appreciate that. I respect that. And that's why you get a good effort out here. But the bottom line is, Dan, I'm starting to think through this game, and I said it to you up in the press box. They saved 9 to 21 points with the turnovers deep in their own end. I mean, this could have been blowout city today.
This smacked of a 28-7 game, but in the end, it was close.
And I'm not really sure how good Minnesota is. I mean, Sam Darnold looked pretty darn okay today. That's
Did you
it.
ever have a thought that the Jags were going to get a touchdown, like earn a touchdown in the second half? It just didn't
Well,
feel
no,
that
until
way.
the end. When they got it back one more time, we
Yeah.
both kind of were like, well, this is how the NFL is, so
Yeah,
go
that's
punch
true.
one in.
Evan Ingram, who wears a C on his chest. He's a tight end of the team. Post-game comments from a guy who's seen just about everything.
Just gotta do opposite of what we did. I mean, it's just gotta get going. Gotta make plays. Gotta move the ball. Gotta move the chains. Gotta stay ahead of the chains. Gotta protect. Gotta run better routes. Gotta block better. Everybody's gotta do their job better. It's just not good what we did today at all.
Sounds like you said just about just play better football almost.
That's it. I mean, that's simple as that. It's just we're better than that. So.
Was it an execution just across the board situation?
Yeah, I mean, it's just execution. Just gotta get it done. It's not even like, I mean, I could sit here and talk about everything that went wrong today, everything we did bad, but it's just really broad. Just be better.
What did you see from Mac?
Mac did honestly feel like everything he could. Energy was incredible. Obviously, the ups and downs of the game, stayed confident. It was great communication on the sideline. We got to be better for him. We got to put him in better spots. We got to make plays for him. We got to protect better. That was a big key for us as offense, is rally behind Mac, do everything we can to put him in the right spot. So we got to continue to be better for him.
Is the frustration because you guys know you can be better?
Yeah, I mean, we've shown. I feel like we've shown what we can do. We always kind of wait till our back is against the wall to do it. But today, we put a really good drive together early on, and so it's like, all right, like let's roll. And then so just very inconsistent results. That's what's frustrating because we know what we're capable of.
Is it kind of just like a play yourself out of it kind of things? Like you said, you guys know obviously what you're doing, that you can be better. When you get stagnant, it's just kind of like just kind of stick with it and kind of play yourself out.
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFL. Like, they're gonna make stops, they're gonna make plays, but there's times where we gotta exert our dominance as well. And we didn't do that today after that one drive that we did. We did that, and so we didn't build on that. We didn't really come back to that. But it's the league. There's gonna be adversity. Like, there's gonna be stops. There's gonna be 3 and outs. There's gonna be turnovers. Like, that's just part of the game. But at a certain time, everybody has to come together and do something. And we just didn't do that at all.
Obviously, no small victories when you don't get the W, but can you kind of take a little bit of something away from getting somewhat of a fast start?
No, we gotta be better after that. After what we did after that, no, we gotta be better than that.
Okay, Evan, question.
What if
anything were you able to say to Matt? Because he has to be gutted. Hometown, had a chance to go and be the hero at the end. It just didn't happen.
I mean, he's we gotta be better for him. That's what I said. That's the moral of the story. We gotta be better for him. We gotta make the plays. We gotta be out of the tough situations. It's not all on him. We gotta be better around him. We have to be better for him. And that's the moral of the story.
So I want to wrap it up with this, with Brent Martineau on the post-game show. Let's talk about Trevor Lawrence for just a second. What happens with Trevor Lawrence? Does he come back and play against Detroit? Does he take another week, then the bye, then decide? Is there a decision to be made on the surgery? Where are we, do you think, with Trevor Lawrence going forward? And, Mac Jones talked about, next time. I get the feeling we're not going to see Trevor against the Lions, but then I don't know.
I think all 3 of your situations are in play, meaning he can try to get back this week. I don't think he will. I think they're going to, why not use this week and the bye week to really see if he can heal or at least feel a lot better. If he doesn't feel better coming out of that bye week or around that bye week, I think they could certainly opt for the surgery that everybody's talking about. I don't know this, by the way.
Right.
It just makes logical sense. I think there's part of this. They don't want him battling through, get hurt. Maybe just go take a couple weeks, get right.
But if he's hurt and he needs surgery, no matter when he comes back, he's going to get hit and he's going to re-aggravate it.
But don't we both think it's a little important for the rest of the guys in the room when you're the quarterback to try to go out there and play?
I do.
Yeah, I do too. And I also think if they can win games down the stretch with Trevor and build a little something, I think that does have value. Yeah. I'm not playing for the draft. I could care less about draft picks.
Yeah, we blow them anyway. Jacksonville. It doesn't matter.
So I think there's a lot on the table with Trevor Lawrence. And I think this. First of all, they're better with him, obviously. That's crystal clear. He was doing a lot out there even when things didn't look great.
Right.
And secondly, he's tough, and he wants to play. So it's going to be the advice of doctors in this organization if they do shut him down.
Right.
They're going to probably have to really talk him into doing that, is my guess.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll wait and see. Detroit's up next for the Jaguars. That's not going to go well. Again, they're going to get swept by the NFC teams, just like they got swept by the 4 games at the beginning of the year where we simply asked, can we get a split here, get a split here? The answer to that question is unquestionably, no, you can't.
I almost pulled the rabbit out today on the Countdown to Kickoff show. I almost had. I had the Jags pick, man. That almost happened.
All right, join us tonight. We've got Action Sports Jax prime time. Then tomorrow we'll do even more on Jags Report Live from String, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, we think Trayvon Walker's going to join us. He's scheduled to join us at Salute to Service weekend.
I hope he doesn't treat me like he treated the Viking guys at the end of the game.
Knock the ball loose. What's wrong with that?
Punch
what?
it down.
Hey, don't you want to punch everything right now?
I don't want to punch Trayvon. All right, appreciate you guys hanging out with us. This has been the post-game show. You heard from everybody. We're back tonight. A lot more going on. Jaguars lose at home 12-7. The Vikings didn't score, and they won the game.
Jags Nation, thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags post-game show.